Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I hope this lighting is okay. It is late, it is 4:30. I usually don't film this late in the winter, but fortunately your girl is very busy right now. We're doing what we can. But today I am filming my 2021 beauty favorites. Actually, this is solely makeup just because I realized that I have so much stuff that if I were to include skincare, hair care, body care, perfume, all that stuff, this video would be like so long. So if you're interested in that type of stuff, make sure on Tuesday that you check out my blog because I will be doing my 2021 beauty products and including those things as well. So today we're just solely talking about makeup. So let's get into it. So if you watched my 2020 beauty favorites, which I'll link up above, there will be some things that are the same, but there are definitely some products that are different. In some categories, it's just like, there's just one, not really much going on that in this year in that category, and other categories, I couldn't pick a favorite. So we'll start with eyes, because that's what I do first. Eyeshadow was definitely one of the products where I just didn't really have like a lot of like standout favorites. I was doing my project pan, but I didn't pick it as my favorite just because I was using it as my project pan. It wasn't necessarily my favorite. And also just in general, I wasn't really using eyeshadow much. Like I was, but I wasn't really doing anything exciting. So that is something that I want to, you know, do more in 2022 is use different eyeshadows. Get a little bit used out of my eyeshadow palettes. Anyways, the one I did pick is the Violet Voss I Love You Forever palette because it was one of the few palettes that like actually got me excited and that I like kept on thinking about. Got this in my BoxyCharm and I used it a bunch of times throughout the year. I used it in my holiday makeup tutorial. I will link that up above, and I also used it today wearing the gold shade. This is what it looks like. I just think that it's a very nice color story and it's colors that I like to use. I really like wearing warm tones, browns and greens, and yeah, overall I just thought it was a very nice color story and the eyeshadow quality is absolutely amazing. The shimmers, metallics are so easy to use. The mattes blend out beautifully, and overall this was just like the one palette this year that I got that I was like, wow, I really do enjoy this palette. Mascara. Tons of mascara faves, but I have two, both drugstore mascaras. The first being the Maybelline Sky High mascara. This was a fave on TikTok. I think I was a little late to the game to get this one, but I absolutely have been loving it, and ever since I got it, I've been using it a ton. I just love it for like everyday lashes. If you want something that's really dramatic and a lot of volume, this is not the mascara for you. It's more of a lengthening mascara and it does the job. It makes my lashes look really nice and long and separated. This is perfect for the days where I'm wearing like no eyeshadow or just a little bit of like maybe a brown shade in the crease or something like that. I've really been liking this mascara and it's easy to come off. And then another shout out that I have to have is the L'Oreal Telescopic. Sorry, because of the lighting you guys aren't going to be able to see a lot of the products. I'll insert some product shots and stuff. But yes, what I really like about this little mascara, this is my lower lash mascara. As you can see, I do sometimes put a little bit underneath the lashes. What I really like about this is that it has a very tiny wand, so it makes it really easy to get on the lower lashes and not get mascara everywhere. So this one has a very specific use, but it's very good at its specific use. Okay, and then eyeliner, pretty basic. I didn't really try any new eyeliners. Eyeliner is one of those things where it's just like I use it. It's in my collection. It's not necessarily something I seek out. Didn't really necessarily wear a ton of really interesting eyeliners. The one that I'm picking, this is the Makeup Forever Artist, what are you called? This is a Makeup Forever Artist color pencil in the shade Boundless Bliss. I'm wearing it in my waterline right now. This is just a really good shade for brightening up. And yeah, that is my one eyeliner. Eyes are definitely the category where it was just like I kept it pretty basic except for false lashes because I have 4 because I couldn't pick one. It's so funny. I guess kind of makes sense because if you have a really good pair of false lashes, like, does it really matter what eyeshadow you're wearing? They like help dress up any eyeshadow look. So first I'll talk about the pair that I'm wearing. These are the ColourPop falsies, and I love the style Queenie. I also have another style, but this is like one I like the most. Now please excuse my like not necessarily good job of putting them on, but I'm wearing them right now. They give a nice like kind of cat eye effect. I like these because they're not too thick. Sometimes some lashes are very thick. These are like a little bit spaced so you can actually see my eyeshadow behind. Sometimes that's the thing, is that you put so much effort into your eyeshadow and then you don't want a huge pair of lashes to cover them up. So yeah, I like these. The band is not too bad. The only thing is that I did accidentally not rip, but like tear out, there we go, I did tear out a couple of eyelashes. I'm not sure if you can tell, so yeah, they look a little weird, but anyways, I do enjoy these. I don't know why, for some reason, does anyone else's lashes do this? That you put them in nicely and for some reason they like move. Anyways, my favorite drugstore lashes have to be the Ardell Faux Mink Demi, what are you called? Faux Mink Wispies, and these are their Demi Wispies. These are my absolute favorite drugstore lashes. They're not very thick and heavy because they're demi, so they don't go the whole entire eye, and because they're wispies, they're meant to be a little bit more fluttery. These are really good for when you want to wear lashes but you don't want it to like look like you're wearing lashes. Like a lot of times I'll wear these and people are being like, are you wearing false lashes? Like they can't necessarily tell unless you're up close, which I really like. These are good for your kind of like soft glam type of looks. I also like is that the lash band is like clear and it's not very thick, so they're very comfortable to wear. I've worn these pair a ton of times and they're still in really good shape as well, so you can definitely rewear them if you take care of them nicely. One of my favorite lash brands here, wait, let me fix these. There you go. Another one of my favorite lash brands is Lava Lashes. I got these in my BoxyCharm, and I actually did get another pair in my BoxyCharm. I ripped them in half, one of them, which makes me really sad because I'd only worn them like twice and it was totally my fault. I was trying to get some lash glue off and I was just a little too aggressive and I just ripped it in half. Not the eyelash brand's fault. Yeah, a nice little like indie brand. What I like about these is that these ones are definitely very big. Lots of drama with these, but they're still wispy. Yeah, whenever I want a pair that I'm just like, I'm wearing false lashes, these are definitely it. And the quality is just amazing. I've been able to wear these multiple times and they're still like good as new. And then finally, I wore these in my holiday makeup tutorial. So this is a lash pack, but one pair in specifically are my favorite. These are the Cash Beauty false lashes, a secret treasure, but the ones up top, Elsie, are my favorites. They're, once again, they're kind of more thinner on the inside and more drama on the outside. I just personally prefer that because I have a lot of issues getting lashes in my inner corner, so the fact that there's like less kind of helps. Also kind of gives that like more elongated cat wing situation. Yeah, I really like these. They're very fluttery. The only thing is that they do have a thicker band, but the thicker band means that they're more comfortable and easy to put on. So it's kind of like pros and cons. Yeah, these are another really good pair. These other two pairs though, I will say, are very dramatic, so I don't often wear them, but whoops, she's flying. Yeah, these are really nice. Okay, those are all of my false lashes. Now for brows, I'll go through quickly. There is nothing new here. And I basically just used all of the classics, aka Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I used the shade Dark Brown. It's funny because I was never a big Benefit fan. I was always an ABH girl, and then I did try the Brow Wiz and I do enjoy it. Sorry, not the Brow Wiz. The Precisely My Brow Pencil, and I do enjoy it as well. It is actually the one I'm wearing in my brows right now, and I use the shade 4.5. And then my drugstore one, this is the NYX Precision Brow Pencil. I would like a finer tip, I just happened to buy it, so once I finish this, I still got some more to go though. But yeah, this one's a little bit more flatter and like wider, so it's good for like when I need to do my brows quickly. Yeah, that's a good drugstore one. So these are my 3 brow pencils. I'm still in the brow pencil game. Listen guys, I know the like fluffy feathery brows are really popular, but I already got big brows and I find that the feathery look just looks weird on me. And my one brow gel, as you can see, I have used it so much that all of the lettering has faded away, but this is Anastasia Beverly Hills clear brow gel. It's a tried and true. Okay, now moving on to the face. Eyes are kind of like the category that I didn't necessarily try out a lot of new things and like used a lot of stuff. Primers was definitely the category that was like, that was my thing. Like I was constantly switching up my primers. I was like trying new ones. I was like just, there was a lot of primers going on. I picked 3 that I felt that I really used the most. Hello friends, so it seems that my phone storage was full, so a lot of what I just talked about just, you know, just doesn't exist anymore. So that kind of sucks because I just talked about like 10 products or something like that. I also changed the lighting a little bit. I hope it's okay. I have this snowflake decoration that's like white neon, so I decided to turn it on to kind of help with the lighting a little bit. It's a really white blue, but it'll have to do because it was getting so dark. Okay, so I was at primers, so I'm gonna speed through this quickly because it is like 5 o'clock and your girl still wants to watch her Formula 1 race this afternoon. Well, it's not afternoon, this evening. So this Touch in Soul Pretty Filter Glassy Skin Balm is one of my favorites. It was my 2020 favorites and it is in this one again. I've used so much of it because I find that it makes my skin look very dewy and glassy and glowy, but also not like oily in any way, and it doesn't emphasize any of my texture. So because of that, I found that I reach for it over and over and over again, especially in the summer months. And I could use this and then a more mattifying-ish, like not dewy foundation, and kind of find that it's like the perfect amount of dew for me personally. So I really like this and I reached for it a lot. Another dewy one, this one I'm just a little bit careful with. I should say the name of it. This is the Radial Soft Focus Glow Drops. I got this in my BoxyCharm, but you can't get this at Shoppers. And as you can see, I use a lot of it. I like to use it kind of like on the high points of my face along with a pore filling primer. The only difference is that this I could easily put all over my face. This I'm just a little careful just because it does have some like shimmers in it to not to put it in this area because I find that it emphasizes my texture a little bit, but it makes me look so dewy and glowy that like sometimes I can even skip using highlight because this is just so beautiful. And it's very like serum like, so it's very nice on the skin. I oftentimes will pair it with this primer. This combo is what I used on my skin today, and this has easily become one of my favorite pore filling slash smoothing primers. This is the NYX The Marshmallow Primer. It is known, like I said, for smoothing and stuff and pore filling, but unlike a lot of other pore filling primers, it has a very different texture and consistency. Instead of it being like silicone-y, it's very like fluffy, like they said, almost like a marshmallow, like marshmallow fluff type of thing. And I really like the scent of it. It's very like sweet. So this was definitely a really great find. I found this through TikTok, and TikTok was definitely right about this one. Okay, and now moving on to foundation. Foundation is one of those products that I definitely like switched up depending on my mood and also the season. I feel like this primer is going to be on everyone's 2021 favorites. This is a Fenty Ease Drops Blurring Skin Tint. This is easily the best lighter coverage tinted moisturizer foundation that I've tried this year. This does a good job of like evening out your skin, but also helping with redness. I find a lot of times lighter coverage doesn't help with my redness. I naturally get a lot of redness in my face, also just from like acne and stuff, and I find this just does a really good job of canceling it out. Not something that I easily find in other lighter coverage foundations. This shade matches my skin really well. I really like that it's a little squeezy thing, so if you're lazy like me, you can just squeeze it right onto your face. Fenty Beauty has a really amazing shade range, and it's It's the best. If you haven't tried this already, you really need to try it. Oh, and it's also pretty long lasting, so that even though it's lighter coverage, it stays lighter coverage the whole entire day. On the flip side, something that has definitely more coverage but is still very dewy is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation, but this is a dewy version. So what I like about this is that this is very affordable. So we actually have 2 shades in it, so this is perfect for the summertime because I can mix the foundations to match my skin tone. So as I get more tan, I add more of the deeper shade. As I get lighter in the fall, I can add more of the lighter shade. So that's something that's really great. What I also really like is that, like I said, it's dewy, but it's like also still long lasting, and it's also still pretty good coverage. I find that a lot of times dewier foundations have lighter coverage. This one still has really good coverage, and it lasts a really long time throughout the day. I also find that I can easily use like a not dewy primer, or I can use like powder and kind of like help tame the dewiness, or I can use a dewier powder, less powder, and still be very dewy. So this one is definitely a very good one. And then the final one is one that I've had for a really long time and I kind of just like got back into using. This is the Smashboss Studio Skin 15-Hour Hydrating Foundation. If you are looking for just like a normal foundation, if you're like, I don't want something that's like really full coverage, but I don't want something that's really like coverage, I don't want something that's really matte, but I don't want something that's really dewy, I just want like normal, plain, this is your foundation. It's kind of that like perfect medium in like every sense of the word, and that is why I love it. If I'm just like, I don't want to be any extreme, I just pick this one. It's still really long lasting and it just looks really good on the skin. It's kind of like your skin but better, but like still coverage. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's got a nice pump, so it's easy to use. Oh, I just exposed myself, my pump is so dirty. But yeah guys, this has a pretty decent shade range. I feel like this is just like a hidden gem. I feel like not a lot of people necessarily like love and talk about it, but this is definitely one you need to check out. Okay, concealers are gonna be super quick. This is like my absolute holy grail. I will forever and always love this concealer, the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. This was in my 2020 favorites as well, and I'm almost done. As you can see, I definitely need to pick up another one. This is a Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer, and I find it very similar to the NARS one, where it's very creamy, but not like super thick and full coverage, like not like the Shape Tape, you know what I mean? Like it just looks really good underneath the eyes. And then a newer favorite is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. As you can see, I've actually used a decent amount of it, even though I can't use it underneath the eyes because it is way too dark for underneath my eyes. Instead, I just use this on the face to help cover up any blemishes I have. And even though it's a hydrating concealer, I find that it does a really good job of like staying put. Like whenever I have like a really big pimple, I'll put a little bit on, let it dry down, blend it out, and it'll stay all day. So definitely one I would recommend, and I am very much considering getting one that matches my under eyes. Okay, and then for powder is one of those products where I didn't really have anything that new. I did get that Charlotte Tilbury powder during my Sephora VIB sale haul. I'll link that video up above, but I feel like it's just a little too new for me to be like, this is like one of my favorites. So I picked my Maybelline Fit Me powder. I kind of pulled it back out and fell in love with it. As you can see, I've hit pan. I've gone through so many of these powders. What I love is that it's just so, even though it's creamy, it's like, even though it's a powder, it's still very creamy, but also like it just like helps smooth and mattify everything. And this is the perfect powder to touch up with because it layers really well on top of stuff, and it also comes with a little sponge and a mirror, so it's like easy to like for me to just throw in my bag and stuff. So this one, it's a forever favorite. Okay, now moving on to face products. We got almost all creams. There's only one powder that I'm going to talk about. I just, like everyone else, fell in love with cream products this year, which is kind of surprising because I thought as someone with oily skin that I couldn't do creams, but you can. So I won't talk long about this one, but this is a Milk Makeup Bronzer. It's one of my favorites. I like that it's a really thick stick, so it's easy to put on. It blends so easily. Out of like all of the cream products I've ever tried, this blends out the easiest, but even though it blends out really well, it still is like there, like it doesn't blend away until nothing, and the color just matches me really well. A newer cream bronzer that I fell in love with is the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer. This is a great drugstore bronzer, and it's actually what I'm wearing today. What I like is that even though it's a cream, I kind of find that it dries down into like a powdery finish. What's really nice about that is that it doesn't feel tacky or sticky on the skin. I absolutely hate that feeling, and it also means that it doesn't transfer as much when I'm wearing a mask. And also I find that it lasts a really long time on the skin, which doesn't necessarily always happens with creams. So if you want a good drugstore cream bronzer, definitely check out this one. Now moving on to blush, I have 3. One of my favorites from last year and still is this year. This is the Nude Sticks Nudies blush, and the shade In the Nude is kind of like my everyday one. Like I use it every single day. These two together like blend out so well and so seamlessly. It's just like a really good nude shade. Like it's not too warm, it's not too cool, it looks so great on my skin. What I really like about these is they blend out really easily. They're not too creamy, so they don't move around too much, and they last a really long time. And a new shade that I fell in love with this year, unfortunately guys, I'm pretty sure this was limited edition. I'm not sure if they still sell it, but this is a collab with Elena Davidson, who is like my favorite YouTuber. There's like no doubt about it. She's easily my favorite. She did the shade Picante, which is like a great orange. Even though it looks really bright in the tube on the cheeks, it's not too bright. I will say it's not as easy to wear. I don't necessarily wear it on the everyday basis because it's orange. It leans really warm, but whenever I do wear it, especially in the summertime, this was so much fun. Another cream blush that I absolutely love. This is the Rare Beauty, whatever the name is, blush. I can't remember the name. This is in the shade Love, which is this beautiful terracotta. It's what I'm wearing on the cheeks right now. It has been a little bit since I've done my makeup, so it's not as strong, but yes, you can see it is this lovely warm terracotta. I absolutely love this. At first I thought that I would only like this in the summer, but I've been wearing it in the fall and winter still. It just like, because it's such like a reddy terracotta, I blush really red. I find that it just looks very natural on the skin. And the summer it kind of gives you that like little like bit of like sunburnt, and then in the winter I find it kind of gives you that like rosy cheeks look. Because it's matte, it means that it dries down really well. It doesn't move around. I think that's kind of the thing with creams, is that like I find that creams are really easy to like work with. Well, not this one. This one is very pigmented, so I have to be careful when I use it. But I think creams are like really easily to blend, and I like the way that they look. But for me, creams gotta like last long. If they're like too dewy or creamy or don't dry down, I find that they just like move around or make me look too oily and stuff. This one does not. It looks absolutely amazing. And then my one powder product, this is limited edition and I'm not sure if it's sold anymore, but this is the ColourPop collab with Animal Crossing. I love Animal Crossing, guys. But yeah, so this blush, anyways, back to the blush. This is the shade Flower Power, and I didn't think I would like this one as much, but I actually really do. It is this cool tone shade, which is not necessarily a shade that I go too often, but it's this like pinky purple. It's just a great cool tone, because I find oftentimes like cool tones are like pink and like there's just something off, but this like pinky purple just like adds this just like really nice flush to the skin, and it has some shimmer running through, as you can see, but I find that the shimmer is actually really nice. It doesn't like, it adds some like it adds some like shine to the skin, but it doesn't like emphasize my pores, because sometimes that can happen with like shiny blushes. I don't know, there's just something about it that just like is very fresh faced whenever I wear it. Like most of the time I do like my warm toned, but every once in a while I like a cool tone, and this blush is just like, I love it. It's whenever I want a cool tone blush, I reach for this one. Okay, and for highlights we have 2 creams. The one at the front half of the year was definitely the Auric Glow Lust, and I pull it back out today, and now I totally remember why I love it. Like, just look at that glow. It's just so skin-like. The same with both of these. I guess I'll kind of talk with both of them together because I find that they're very similar. Unlike a lot of highlights, they're more like skin tone based. Like when you look at the range, it's not like a gold or silver or rose gold or bronze. They're more based on like skin tones. So I find that it makes it more natural, and a little goes a long way for both of these shades. This comes with a pump, and this one is a doe foot. So I can just like bloop bloop bloop. Wow. I can just dot it onto my face, and it looks absolutely amazing. They're both very expensive, I realize, but they're both very pretty. Did I say the name? This is a Hollywood Flawless Filter, something other. There's more names to this. I have the shade Light Medium 3. These are the two that I use all the time. And now for setting spray. My two that I will use and have in my collection forever and always is MAC Fix Plus and Urban Decay All Nighter. Like, these are the two tried and true. This just helps make everything less powdery, sinks into the skin, it gives it a little bit of dew but not like really dewy. I have the coconut scent right now. This just helps set everything into the skin, doesn't make it look powdery or dewy or cakey, but it's a little bit more long lasting. Then a new favorite, which I'm actually shocked that I like this because I didn't like it at first. This is the Mavin, I don't know how you say it, Beauty Rose Water Setting Spray. The reason why I didn't think I was gonna like it is because I don't like rose. Like, I don't like the scent, and I still stand by the fact that I don't really like the scent. I just don't like breathe in when I spray it, but I'm like almost out. You can hear it. Like, there's not much left. Am I gonna repurchase it? No, because I don't want to deal with shipping, but I do really enjoy it. This is it's meant to be like a make your makeup last longer setting spray, a long-lasting setting spray, and it really does do that. Whenever I spray it, I find that like my makeup like settles down. It's like a little mattifying but not like very mattifying. So this was really nice in the summer when I would apply all those like dewy creamy products. This would kind of like just help set everything in. I really do enjoy it. It's got like a really nice spray and everything, and I will be sad when it is done. And then a new favorite already, this is the Benefit The Professional Super Setter Setting Spray. This is another long-lasting setting spray and pore minimizing one. And when I tell you, this actually makes my pores look minimized. Like, wow, I don't get how it does it, but it does a really good job. Like, just in like this area of my face, it just makes it look like so much smoother and everything. And I think that's just what I want in life. I just want like a smooth looking face, because my face isn't really smooth. I got too much texture and acne, but this one like really does a good job, and like you can't really hear, but I'm definitely going to be buying a bigger one once I'm done it. Definitely recommend that you check this one out. Okay, and then we're moving on to lips. There is about a bajillion different lip products because I could not pick. Lips is definitely the one where I pick what I want to like match my outfit or my mood. So I have a lot of different lips. First, with lip liners, I definitely got into lip liners this year. I was never really much of a lip liner person, but wearing more like dewy and like lip gloss, and even just sometimes like lipsticks, I find it's helpful to have a lip liner underneath. So I have two. First, this Steve Laurent one. I got this in my BoxyCharm. I have no idea. I've like never heard of this brand otherwise, but I really like it. It's just their lip liner in the shade Chic. This is kind of like a My Lips but better, and it's like pinky and like warm, but not like too pinky and warm. I'll show you. Just like that. It is not too creamy. I find that's like, I don't like stuff that's like not too creamy but also like not too stiff. And yeah, I really like this one. And then the other one I like, this is the Cash Beauty Rose Nude lip liner. Even though it says Rose Nude, I find that it's really not rose. I find it's very warm. Like, you'll see a comparison. This one is like definitely not as like rosy pinky as this one. So yeah, that's basically my two moods with lip liner is like warm peachy brown and like pinky. So those are two I like to use. Okay, now for lips. I've got so many. Okay, let's first start with bullet lipsticks. You'll see I have bullet lipsticks, kind of like creamy lipsticks, and then lip gloss oil. These are the 5 that I have because I just love lipstick. So first we'll start off MAC lipsticks. I love them. Like, I definitely want to get more. I do have another one in a red shade, and I love this formula, and I definitely want to get more of them because these 2 I wear all the time. I'm currently wearing this one. This is the shade Down to an Art. This is their matte lipstick, but what I like is that their matte are not too matte. Like, there's still like a little bit of like a creamy like shine to it, but not like super slippy and stuff. It's not like super drying on the lips either. And yeah, I really like this shade. It is like, I don't know how you describe it. Describing shades are like not my forte, but it's like warm, especially because you'll see compared to this one, it's more of like a warm peach shade maybe, versus my other favorite is Velvet Teddy. This is like a classic, and this is a lot more like pink. So Velvet Teddy is a little bit more dusty pink. That's that Velvet Teddy. This is Down to an Art. I love these. I wear these all the time. Next, a little bit creamier. This is the Burt's Bees Satin Lipstick in the shade Blush Basin. Like I said, this one is definitely creamier. So it's something I do need to keep in mind, that if I'm like about to like have a cup of tea, this will get all over my mug and stuff. But I really do like the shade. And it's very comfortable. So there it is right there. And as you can see, it's a little pinkier. Here, I don't know if you can really see, but it does have a little bit more. I don't know if you can see here, but like when I'm looking at my hand, it definitely has a little bit more of like a sheen and shine to it. Even shinier, we have this e.l.f. Sheer Slick lipstick. This is very shiny, very creamy, but like not as much as like a lip gloss type of thing. And I find this like bullet packaging very nice. This is in the shade Golden Pear, so this is like very warm tone. So there you go. There you go. You can see this way that these 2 are much shinier, and this one's like even shinier. It's like so comfortable on the lips. And then my final one, this is the NARS Velvet Matte Lip Pencil in Dolce Vita. So this one is once again matte, but it's not as pigmented as the MAC ones. I need to sharpen this because it is down to a point. And this one I really like. So it's just like a faint like baby pink. It's right there. So this one's really nice on the lips. And now my 2 glossy. The first one should not be a surprise to anyone because I wear this so much, and actually the brand has reposted my video of this lip gloss, so I feel like that's why I love it even more. Thank you, Tower 28. This is the Tower 28 Shine On Lip Jelly in the shade Cashew. I absolutely love this shade because it's unlike any other shades that I have. It's like almost brown. It's like a rosy brown, so I absolutely love this in the fall. I put just a little bit of lip liner in this, and it's like amazing. And the formula is really interesting because like a milky lip gloss. I'll put it here. There you go, right there. So it's not very opaque, so that's why I always like to put just a little bit of something underneath it. Oh, I forgot one lipstick. Okay, I'll say it right after this one. It's not very opaque, so I always like to put something underneath it because just by itself it's a little weird, but it's so comfortable on the lips because it's almost more oily than like glossy, if that makes any sense. It's beautiful. Okay, back to my other lipstick. I forgot it rolled away. This is Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. A lot of people love this. I feel like this is like a cult favorite. It is right up there. It's like a dusty pink. I will say that I prefer the MAC formula a little bit more. I find it a little bit more drying, but I absolutely love the shade, and I love pairing this gloss and this together. Okay, and now my final one. My like throat is starting to hurt from talking so much. This is a lip oil. I got this in my BoxyCharm. This is the Cab lip oil. I know it looks blue and it's in their blue raspberry scent, but trust me, I'll put it on right now. It goes on clear. I'm gonna put it on my finger just not to get stuff on the applicator. It just gives such a nice shine to the lips, but it's also an oil, so it's so hydrating, like, and it makes my lips feel so smooth. I definitely prefer like an oil consistency just because I find, like I said, it's just so much more comfortable on the lips, and it's like hydrating and nourishing at the same time. I like sometimes will wear it over a lip product, but I also just wear it by itself as like more of a lip balm. Yeah, it smells really good. It's kind of got like a blue raspberry / coconut scent, and it's so nice. Okay guys, that is it. I've been talking forever, especially since I had to say a couple of products again. I am exhausted. I'm gonna wash my face and finally watch my Formula 1. It's the last race, but someone already spoiled who won for me. But yeah guys, that is it for this video. Let me know in the comments down below what some of your favorite products are that you used and tried this year. I'm very curious. I'm so excited to watch everyone else's favorites. And yeah, next week will be another holiday vlog, so stay tuned for that. Like this video if you want to see more makeup related content from me, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any new videos. That is it for today guys, and I'll see you in another video super soon.